And welcome back to a Thursday afternoon lunchbox here at the K Zone in Fitchburg at 105.3 FM and AM 1280. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, Mark. Got a wave.
You too.
Coach Catalini
Happy
over
New
there.
Year.
And Diesel Dan. Happy New Year. First show of the new year.
You got it.
Last year went well.
This is going to be the highest rated show of 2023. I can feel it in my bones.
Today?
Today,
Then it,
highest
no.
rated.
Today will
And
be.
you need it because we're teetering on the brink here.
We-
We're starting to interview some other potential hosts. So
Good. Let me-
Hopefully,
they're interviewing somebody
Coach
now.
Murphy, when he calls in today at 12:15, can get us out of the doldrums and get the ratings going. I know your guy Decker is going to call in today.
De-
No, not call in.
oh.
He's listening.
He's my man.
Now, he's officially the first member of the Tony Gannon Whack Pack. That's my understanding. Is that right?
Let me tell you, Decker and I go all the way back
I know,
to
you were telling me
second or
some-
third grade.
You have some great stories.
Oh,
some
man.
pre-show stories.
I'll tell you, the funniest guy I've ever met, Decker. The best. The
So
absolute
he's
best.
officially in the Whack Pack, the Tony Gannon Whack
He
Pack.
could be this week's captain. He could be the captain this week, Diesel.
Who
How's
else
it?
might be nominated for the Whack Pack?
Vanessa, no.
Vanessa's out.
Too busy with track, indoor
I
track.
mean, you gotta be a little edgy to be in the Whack Pack. Connie's kind of like normal, wouldn't you say, Coach Connie?
Yeah, if you were at St. Paul's the other night, you wouldn't have thought that.
Okay, so he's a Whack Pack
Yeah.
nominee, but he's a co-host.
Yeah,
too, so I don't know.
we'll keep this. We'll get a group together, but Decker, let me tell you, we go back, and I was telling you a story on the break about his dad was the best
Yeah.
trooper.
Great story.
Oh, trooper car. We'd go into the house, and he'd be sitting there with his 50-pound dumbbells, and he'd be doing curls in between commercials. He'd go, Hakaru, Hakaru, get over here. And I'd feel his arms, and he'd go, check out those cocktail straws. And he'd point at Danny and I, meaning our arms were this thin. And, he was the best. He was one of the
And
best.
he liked the warm Narragansett?
Yeah, he was.
Warm Gansett, that's a throwback.
But I'll tell you, corporal in the state police,
Yeah.
always took care of us guys in town.
And you needed it too.
Oh, we did.
But you know, as kids-
Probably Decker needed it more than I did, but
But you know, as kids, and I know times have changed, but the local police, they looked out for you when you were
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
and you know they tried to keep you on the right path, and they
Yeah.
looked out for you. It was such a neighborhood
yeah.
feel to the whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out this morning, Fred's auction by email. That was a
Freddie.
nice stop to
Yeah,
start
it was.
the day.
Good to see Freddie. You brought some good things. The hood sign, the carriage
yeah.
from Hayward Wakefield. Is that where it
Hayward
was?
Wakefield Wicker carriage.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. And the tools.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Trying to up
machinist
your
out
game,
there.
Mark. I'm trying to up your game.
I just go in, browse around. How about the Beatle albums?
Yeah, yeah. Auction by email. Check it out.
And the one with Pete Best on drums.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freddie's got some good stuff over there. Then we
Then-
met Kevin from Heaven.
Heaven from Heaven at the Savory Skillet. Nice spot on Summer Street. If you
Kevin
can
might
afford
still
it.
be there.
If you can afford
Hey,
it.
Kevin
He's
might-
going to wash dishes to try to clean up the tab.
Kevin might still be there. I mean, he was yakking with somebody when we left.
How about your guy Decker joining us there some Thursday morning?
Decker. He doesn't leave Clinton.
No?
He's got this routine. I'm going to tell you something
Really?
right now. He is 9 o'clock here. He does his walk, takes his brother Billy's dog for a walk. McDonald's at lunch.
Really?
Herbie's on a Saturday in Worcester for fish and chips at noon. He's got it down.
Well, you have a routine too. I kind of know your routine.
Oh, on
I'm
Thursdays.
not going to go through it, but I know your
Well,
routine.
Thursdays I've got a routine.
No, your work
My
routine.
first day off. My first day off. You know, like today, I went down to the tavern, did my stuff, cleaned, went shopping, met you. Didn't get gas today. Normally I get gas up here. Didn't do that.
He's
Went
got
to
a
the Savory
routine.
Skillet. Yeah.
Four Gionis here and there.
Oh, we've been cutting
Coaching
some good
JV
trees up.
basketball.
Neshoba. Yeah.
How's that going for you?
Good. 3-0. Varsity's 2-2. Big games tomorrow night with Leominster at
And
Neshoba.
It's at Neshoba.
Yeah,
Should be a
should
good
be.
crowd Friday night with Leominster.
Should be. Yeah, Leominster's well coached. Casey
Hey, how are
Redfield.
the girls doing at Neshoba?
I think they're 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tina does a great job. And Beth McNamara is her JV coach.
Right. Now your guy Murph is calling in today.
Murph,
Hudson
Hudson.
girls 4-1.
4-1. Big win over Tingsboro the other night. Tingsboro girls are always a good team. Murph's done a great job. Murph went from coaching boys JV, took over the girls varsity 2-3 years ago. He's just done a
I
tremendous
think last year was the first year,
Might have been.
if I recall.
Yeah, we had him on
if I
last year.
recall that, and he was excited to take the team over, and
Let me tell you, I went to watch them play at Worcester State last year. They played Lunenburg
what, in the tournament?
in the
Oh,
tournament.
wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Murph does a good job. So it's exciting to have him call in. Does a great job promoting his kids too on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I follow him on Twitter, and
Yeah, he does a
it's,
good
It's
job.
all nice, positive stuff. It kind of showcases the team culture, which
Yeah.
is nice.
And you know it's that time of year. We're getting coaches on from different sports. Indoor track. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Clinton hasn't had a meet
Well, I
in
know.
3 weeks, 4 weeks. And hey, between him and
Do they have an
and the
indoor
crime
track?
dog Ed
Those-
McGuinn, the crime dog Ed McGuinn coaches cross country skiing at a local high school.
I mean, there's
What are
no
they
snow.
doing?
There's no snow.
They should have backpack blowers. They could
You
be
know-
out cleaning yards.
You know,
What is
there
there
are
to
ski
do?
teams, and like
Yeah.
Martin Dunstable used to ski at Neshoba Valley, Neshoba Hills, or whatever.
Over in Westford.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no snow.
I don't know.
What do you do?
What do you do? Big question. What do you?
If you're a ski
Diesel.
team
You make
coach,
snow.
it's not even cold enough to make snow.
Well, you try to improvise.
Try
Diesel,
to-
how's the hockey scene, high school hockey scene going?
There's some solid teams out there.
There always is.
Yeah, as you'd expect. Yeah, I will. I've got the standings.
Right, Mac? There's always a few.
All right, so let's look at some of the
Yeah,
standings.
let's hurry up.
All right. So you look at the Quinn Conference, Hopedale, Milford, they're 4-1-1. Already off to a perfect start in league play. Algonquin, they're looking to bounce back. They're 5-2 right now. Solid start for them. You know, Wachu's at 6-1 right now. And Neshoba 5-2, unbeaten. Just
Co-op
boys?
with Clinton. Yeah.
Yep. Part of that co-op, they have ties with Hopedale and North Andover. The North Andover won their most recent game, a 0-0 tie.
Real
50
battle.
minutes of hockey, couldn't find a goal.
What a battle. The kids were talking about it. Unbelievable game.
Yep, Grafton, 7-1, first season in a long time without their buddies in Blackstone Valley Tech.
Yeah.
Because they split off. Blackstone Valley Tech themselves are 3-1.
Yeah, they started their own program like co-op should.
It's kind
No,
of
we've
like the
talked
West
about that.
Boylston
Yeah, it's like-
Tejano thing.
All right,
Whatever.
that's
We're
all
not
you
gonna get
yak
into that.
about over there.
Yep, and
Excuse me?
heard
anyway,
me.
the Coughlin, Littleton, Bromfield, 6-2 starts. They started out 6-0, in fact, but have hit a couple of, start out 5-0, then they hit a little bit of skids, some tough losses to Grafton and Drake at Tingsboro. 9-3 to Drake at Tingsboro in the most recent game. Fitchburg Monty Tech's 5-3. St. Bernard's a winning record right now. 4-3. First-year head coach Steven Sylvia doing a solid job there. They got a good win over Gardner on Monday, 3-2. Good goaltending battle there.
And I'll tell you, the Algonquin girls are 4-0-1. I've been following them.
yeah, that's actually
Emily Johns.
4-1-1 right now.
That's all you know about hockey.
What?
That's it. Tell me something else besides Algonquin girls hockey.
That's all I follow.
I know. That's all
That's
you
Clinton's
follow.
co-op. And them, and I've been following the Neshoba hockey
Yep.
now that I'm over there
Yep.
a little bit.
Yeah, Algonquin, they have to play pretty much entirely a schedule outside of Central Mass because there's not very many teams in Central
Oh, I
Mass.
know.
It's just the Leominster team, which is North County essentially, and Auburn, which is South County.
Yeah.
That's basically
North south.
Yeah, that's
No.
and then there's Shrewsbury too, but they're in another league. It's all kind of messy. Leominster themselves are 4-2-1 right now.
Now, Oakmont's with Leominster now, right?
Yes,
And Oakmont had a good girls program for a while. It's
Yeah.
just hard.
the teams that
Yeah.
Oakmont have been co-oping with too. Yeah, your
Yeah.
Fitchburg, your Monty Tech, your
Yeah.
Narragansett, all those schools are co-oping with Leominster this season as well. So they've got like 12
Yeah.
different teams they're hosting.
At least the kids are playing who love the game, love
Yeah.
the sport. It's hard. And
Well,
there's
there's an
sports.
ebb and a flow. Some grades you have a lot of kids playing,
Yeah.
other grades you don't. So, especially on the girls' side,
I know. It's hard. The toughest sport up here is hockey.
And there was the COVID thing, which interrupted a lot of careers.
Close a lot of rinks down.
Right,
Shut them down for a while.
right. Like
So
the
kids-
Clark outdoor rink in
There
Winchington.
was. Obi texted that day and said he remembers it. At least Obi does.
Right. Hey,
And you
at
should have.
Lawrence-
Your dad taught at Murdoch.
At Lawrence Academy, they had an outdoor rink. It was an outdoor barn. It was covered. And, I'm trying to think if they still use that. Diesel, do you know if they've enclosed that rink
I
at
believe it's enclosed.
Lawrence Academy? Groton School has 2 rinks.
They do.
2 rinks.
I think there's a school, Holderness up in New Hampshire, which actually has a, I think, covered but not enclosed rink. And when they built it, they built that deliberately because they liked the character of playing outdoors during the winter. I think.
Hey, look at the Bruins the other day. That was tremendous. Them and the Penguins
The
at
Fenway game?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Well, you know, your guy, Jim Lockney out of Clinton,
Oh.
used to take care of us at Groton School when I was up that way for
Yeah.
ice
Wonder
time.
if Jimmy's still there.
That's a good question. He's a fixture at Groton School.
I'll tell you, he took care of us every time we brought our freshman football team
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
We would
through.
go on a tour of the campus, showed us Franklin
Magnificent.
Roosevelt's room, and good time. Actually, you met us there one time.
Did I?
Yeah. You met
Must
me.
have been a free buffet that day.
No, you met Vanessa and I. You probably
Vanessa?
Vanessa coached football. Vanessa and I used to take the teams up there. If you had to lose
That
him.
sounds like fake news to me, man. That's coaching anything.
Here, you had a rough week of practice. You get thrown out of. How do you get thrown out of a hallway? Huh?
So it was being disruptive. There were tests being taken. People
After
said
school.
After school.
Well,
But
I'm
whatever.
stretching
That's a
here.
whole nother. We could do a whole show on that.
No, we're not.
Well, we could. There's
We
enough
could.
content there.
But we're not. We're not
Looks
doing
like we
a
have
whole
Murph calling in.
show. I hope so. Hey, Murph.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Good.
Bobby, how you doing?
Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hey,
Can't
great
complain.
win. Great win against Tingsboro the other night.
Yeah, actually last night,
Yeah.
they're just a tough program. They play hard. New head coach, took over this year, doing a great job with them. And, a lot of talent up there. It was, fortunately for us at home, they're always a rival for us. Play the same style. They like to open up the floor and play hard. So, yeah, it was a great game. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on home team last night, and
Yeah.
good start. 4-1. Hey, by the way, we got quite a few listeners. I spoke to your old boy Deckman this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a new 9-volt battery for his transistor radio, so he's out. What's so funny?
Yeah. I'm figuring I can just see him sitting there with his large Diet Coke or Coke
Oh.
from McDonald's.
Let me tell you,
so
he
he made that run.
He brought up the Coke. He doesn't drink it too much sugar. He's on the vitamin water. He wanted me to relay that message to you today if it was brought up.
All right, I'll have to put that down. Hey, one question.
Yeah.
Bobby C with the orange sneakers on today? Or
No, all black.
Those are on
All
eBay.
black.
Okay.
Yeah, those
okay.
are on
See those,
eBay, Murph,
Mark?
and right now
See
he's
them?
going to pay someone to take them
I
away.
went black. All black today. And I
Those
threw on
are-
the Clinton Gales. I got
Hey,
the
no
Clinton
one-
Gales
Oh,
hooded
he's-
sweatshirt on today.
Yeah.
I'm representing.
Were those at the bottom of the box over at Webster's and Hudson?
Oh, that was the place, wasn't it?
Murph, remember going over there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
Now, Murph, you guys were pretty close. Clinton to Hudson.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How many? What was that?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
How?
Right down
Walking,
62.
riding?
No,
How?
15 minutes by car.
By car.
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, boy,
I
here we
wrote-
go. Here we
We
go.
rode our bikes from Fitchburg to Hudson to get sneakers at that
Really?
place.
You had to have stopped in Clinton on the way.
I have no idea how
You
we
wouldn't
got
have
there or
lasted
how
if
we
you
got
did.
back, but we rode our bikes. It was probably a full day.
Guys like
trip.
you wouldn't have lasted on High
was a
Street,
full-
right, Murph?
Yeah.
It was a full day trip. We avoided Clinton like the plague. Trust me.
Yeah. He must have went up 117. There's no way he came up.
Yeah, I
Had
have no
to have,
idea, but we did it.
Went
we were
out
out of
to
our
Farm
mind.
Country, West Bolton, Lancaster,
sneakers were
Bolton,
like-
right down 85. That's how you probably
Yeah,
went.
probably 85. I think they were like $4 or $5 for the sneakers.
Clinton guys got them for $2, $2.50.
Clinton guys probably clipped them. Went in with a big raincoat. I know your deal. Big raincoat.
Boy, I tell you though, when you do bring up something like that, the memories do come back. I can remember going over there with Tommy Bonsi and
And in all
Gregor.
reality,
And
the
we-
reality of it is, and you'd wear 2 pair of those heavy wool socks, the white wool socks, but those sneakers were terrible when you think
Yeah.
about it.
but they were the fashion. Hey, Larry Bird still wore them and promoted them.
That's
The
it.
Chuck Taylors.
Yeah. No doubt.
You know, he,
No doubt.
Yeah.
But I see kids wear them today, and I'm like, what are you doing? I mean,
Hey, let
I
them.
mean,
They're better.
as a fashion statement, I see them today. I'm like, there's no support. They're terrible.
See,
But
he
whatever.
wouldn't
We
wear
loved
them.
them.
If
We
they
loved
were
them.
orange, you might.
The high black, the Celtics wore them.
Hey, if they were orange, you might buy 2 pair of them.
Hey, I'm ordering a pair of lime green.
Listen, I'm
so.
putting my glasses on because we want to talk a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah.
4-1, 1-0 in Midwatch C.
2. Tingsboro was the second one.
Who's
so
the
Quabbin and Tingsboro last
Quabbin,
night.
okay.
So
That was
yeah,
at
yeah,
Quabbin. That was at Quabbin. I
Is,
remember that.
is
Yeah.
Quabbin in C in boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did a
They played
reorg.
Littleton.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did. Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah, it looks like there's 4 divisions now instead of 5.
Okay.
Really?
Well, I knew that, but I didn't know where the parity went. I knew that. Skinny told me that last
Okay.
Wednesday night we went out.
So if you have 6 teams in C, Murph, or 7?
Yeah.
7, so you get
So-
12 games. That's good.
So
Yeah.
it's Tingsboro, Clinton, Maynard, Lunenburg, Littleton, Hudson, Quabbin.
Yep.
There you
got
go.
it. There you are.
Wow.
Now,
I
is
got it
Maynard
written down.
still formidable in girls, Murph?
Yeah, they do a nice job. Skinny's wife coaches. She does
Kristen.
a great job.
Right.
They play, a lot of stuff like that tough 1-3-1 zone defense that he has with the boys. If you're familiar with that, yeah. She's
Very
been going.
familiar.
I mean, last year they were. They're actually, even though they're Midwalk C, they're D4.
Right.
So they're sort of, in a sense, playing up against our league, and then when they qualify for the tournament,
It's
they
gonna
have
help.
to-
Now,
It's
are you
gonna
guys
help
D?
them.
Are you
Yeah.
D3?
Yeah, so we're
You're
D3.
D3,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Murph, looking at your scores and following you this year, I mean, you've got 6 girls who are between 11, 12, I'll say 12 points a game and 6 points a game.
Wow.
Yep.
Pretty good
Yep.
parity there. I mean, there's really no
Yeah.
girl. I mean, you've had some girls who have had, like last night, a couple of girls had big nights, but
Yep. Yep.
for the most part, it's one night it's this girl and that girl, and
Yeah.
plus probably a pretty hard team to defend and play one defense against because you've got so much depth and you can't really concentrate on your guards, your girls in the short corner or whatever. You got to be a tough team to defend.
Yeah. So yeah, we hope that we are, and that's what the goal is. But it all starts with the kids, honestly, and you guys both coaches, you know this, right? Sometimes you gotta convince them that it sort of is a team game, right? And it sort of is. Everyone has to participate, and everyone has to buy into a system. And sometimes that means somebody that's used to being the top dog every day might not be the top dog today. You know what I mean? And to that point, that's how I can best define these kids.
Yeah.
They don't care about statistics. They really don't. I mean, and any coach likes to say that, but it's like I say it and I mean it, right?
Yeah.
Because I live with these kids in the sense of, I'm with them every night, and they don't care. All they really care about is, Coach, did we get the dub at the end of the night? And
Yeah.
it's like they don't care. They're unselfish. They share the ball. They work. And the best part for me and my coaching staff is the fact that, they want to get after it defensively. They really, really do. And they really pride themselves in working hard at that, So, we play, man, and they just work,
Yeah.
and then everything sort of, feeds off that, and so it's a fun crew of kids,
Yeah.
led by a great group of seniors. Maddie Kiley, 2-year captain, Gracie Giorgio, 2-year captain, Katie Pume, 1st-year captain, and Taylor Bruce and Kathy O'Malley. They're just great leaders, because we have kids of all younger ages. We have 8th graders in our program down at the JV level. And these are kids, they don't blow the little kids off, you know what I mean? And that's special, because that doesn't always happen.
They make them
they're
feel
always,
wanted, part of the team. That's key.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to a away game. I'll give you, for instance, who these kids are. And they're doing cheers in the stands for the JV kids that are playing the game, And
awesome.
me and my assistant coach, Laura Bowen, we just sit there and we shake our head. And we
Yeah.
just kind of go, this is just this is just a good group of kids, you
Yeah.
know,
And
led
it's
by a
fu-
great group of seniors.
And you know, it's funny because we did have you on last year, and when we got into
Yeah.
what we call it our pregame room here at the studio in Fitchburg, and I looked up some notes from last year, and it's almost the same things that you said last year. You're saying again this year, and not to reiterate or be repetitive, but it's like those, like you were saying, those eighth graders and freshmen who are with you, and they're
Yeah.
being treated so well by the upperclassmen. You know, when it's their time, could be a senior or a captain or an upperclassman, they're going to treat your younger girls the same way they were treated,
Yeah.
because it becomes the norm. And that's good. And it like you were saying, Murph, it makes the chemistry of your team so much easier, you know, because it doesn't sound like there's egos there. Like you know, I was looking, you know, last night Madison Kiley didn't score, but
Yep.
she's averaging 10 points a game, and you
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
And you know, that says a lot. And like if you had just said to me, well, she didn't play or she was hurt, okay,
Yep.
she didn't score, but
Yeah.
she played.
Yeah. You know, the issue there, got into a little early foul trouble and kind of couldn't get out of it. And then, you know, we got into a flow at one point with a crew of kids. And, you know how it is when the train's rolling, man, you ain't getting on the tracks and stopping it. You know what I mean? And
I know.
they just connected and they kind of went for it, you know? But she's such a good leader and such a good kid that she gets the big picture, and she can live with that. You know what I mean? It's like, and then tomorrow night will be her night,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the next night it might be somebody else's night, and so on and so forth. You know?
I know.
And that's important to have kids like that get the big picture, you know, and understand that this is what we're trying to do, you know. So.
And when the upperclassmen get it, and it sounds like Maddie gets it, again, not being repetitive, but the eighth graders and freshmen see her cheering on from the sideline in foul trouble. We talk about it a lot. Your body language speaks volumes.
Yep.
And man, those kids are gonna understand what a real team means. The team concept means.
Yeah.
And it does. It starts with your senior leadership and your juniors who have been veterans and right down the line. And team chemistry down the stretch in close games is going to win you a game or two during the season. You know, it's not like a free throw. It's not like a this. It's not like a that. You know, the bonding that they have during a timeout, down 3, 2 minutes left, they will get themselves on track. It's not going to be anything you say, Murph, and Bobby and I have been there and done that. It's not anything we said during a timeout. It's how they were prepared by their coaches and their senior leadership, and it sounds like you've got some good girls.
And you know, that culture makes it fun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that's the whole point. Kids, we all play a particular sport or have things we do because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it should be fun. And when you have a positive culture like that, it's enjoyable. And that's what the kids will remember. They may not
Absolutely.
be able to tell you the score at Tingsboro in 5 years, but they'll tell you about the bus ride and the pasta parties and all that.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to a quick break, Murph. I know you don't have much to do until practice time. So actually, I could have said that to you 10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, so you go to the break. Who wakes you up to get back online?
I do, Murph. I do. Myself and Diesel Dan.
Oh, no, I can't believe Diesel Dan hasn't eaten half of his pizza yet.
Yeah, he's a little slow today.
He is slow. All right, quick break. We'll be back.
I had breakfast before I came in.
Good guy.
Don't say when you first woke up because you haven't been up an hour.
Diesel.
Diesel, what time did you get up today?
Woke up at 10:30.
We were here.
Tony had put in, we were here. Tony had already put in 6 hours. He was up at 4:30.
That was yesterday. I had to drive
Yesterday
Owen.
you drove to the airport.
Airport in the morning at 5:30. Owen and Nina.
So Noah was telling me about this intro.
Yeah.
One was should we be looking to play that? If we should be looking to play that?
Yeah, you want to do it when you come back now?
I can do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Hey, I did mention last week, and you weren't here. I'm going to see if we can do a new intro, because either you or Connie are here most of the time, co-hosting. Well, instead of just having mine and Coach Gannon, it's us. It's the intro. Do you pay attention after the national anthem?
Touchdown. That thing?
Get rid of it.
Oh, you can redo that.
We can redo that, Diesel, right?
Who did that?
Talk to Derek about it.
That sounded almost like Chris Berman. Is it Chris Berman?
Probably is.
Yeah, he did an
He
internship
goes all
here.
the way.
Yeah,
or
he was
whatever.
here that day.
Huh?
He was here that day.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Hey, it's great having Mark here again.
Yeah, this is awesome. Clinton Community TV, channels 8 and 99, right?
Yes.
So, Hawk, there you go. Something to, hey, we'll watch it at your house when we get there today
You'll
for
be
lunch.
too busy watching
We're going to watch that race at 147.
out of where?
Post time. Aqueduct.
Oh,
Yeah, Aqueduct.
you just
Doing
don't
some
trifecta
live
box to
podcasts.
578.
578 bucks. Not a bad way to go.
I'd go to the track.
Not a bad way to go.
Dogs. I used to love to go to the dogs with my buddies on bus trips. I'd walk in, go up to the window, trifecta box to 578, give the lady the money. You want a program? Nope. Done. Just sit there and watch the races.
There's something to be said for that. Dollar try box.
$2.
That's
Wait,
expensive.
Decker did the $1 try
No,
box.
that's 12 bucks.
Yeah, when you're a kid, don't matter.
Times 10
15
races.
or 15 races.
So you put out 150.
Why not?
All right, that's fine. As long as you hit one.
Oh, always.
Do you? No, I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
Could hit 2 in a row.
yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun. Noah's back.
There's Noah.
Huh?
Noah's
Not
Ark.
a hair out of place.
Noah's Ark.
Noah.
You got Diesel Dan. We got.
15 seconds.
Oh,
We got to come up with a nickname for Noah. Nervous Noah? No. Noah.
We'll see how this.
he's like the housemaid here. He's like the housemaid.
I don't know what
Neat
to
Noah.
do.
Neat Noah.
What?
Neat. He's always cleaning up. Here we go. Whoa.
Oh. Let it play through a little bit. And welcome back to the Thursday afternoon lunchbox. That song was played for you out there, Decker.
Murph, how'd you like
a lot
that
of
intro?
broken hearts. You broke a lot of hearts out there, Jack Nair.
I just had a vision of you two guys dancing in the studio.
Oh no,
You know what I
Bobby
mean?
wasn't. I'll send you the clip because I got him when they were playing it in pre in our office this morning.
Hey, Murph, I have a
Yes.
question for you. We've
Okay.
had some discussion, Tony and myself and a couple other coaches or former coaches, because at this time of the year, early January, we tend to hear stories of, coaches set parameters over vacation.
Yeah.
And basketball, winter sports are tough because you're going to practice and
Two
play
vacations.
over 2 vacations, December and
Yep.
February. So let's talk a little bit about that, your philosophy and how that's gone for you, because we've heard some stories of coaches putting out the philosophy and telling people, hey, you have to let us know if you're going away at the varsity level, and or you really shouldn't be going away, and a lot of parents haven't been up front, and on and on and on. So maybe you can address it a little bit.
Yeah. So, as you know, I mean, I can recall a few years ago. Somebody, one of my players, started telling me about a ski trip they wanted to go on.
Snake
And
Hill.
it was, huh?
Where'd they go? Snake Hill in Berlin.
yeah, Ward Hill over in Shrewsbury.
Jesus.
Point being, right? I'm just like, So here's the thing that I try to get across. So anyways, it came down to a meeting with a parent and all this other stuff, right?
And what was the level? Was it JV, varsity? What was
Yeah,
it?
well, it happened to be at a JV level,
Okay.
right? But it was just the fact that sometimes when people will come at you with something, and it's sort of like, boy, don't you understand these kids have lives? And I go, yeah, I do understand that, but I also understand that I'm the basketball coach in a program, and from day one we said this is what the commitment was, right?
Right.
So it's like that's I'm just trying to uphold them to what a standard that they should uphold and they agree to. If they give me their word they're going to do something, their word has to be worth something.
Right.
And then you can have situations where there's other sports that like to intervene and have like these tournaments and invite kids to them and stuff like that. You know, the MIAA has that waiver form that they have now,
Right,
and some
It's a
kids
waste.
are going.
For
But it's like,
showcase, right.
A waste,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
yeah, and just so it doesn't get twisted, right? I'm somebody. I mean, my kids were 3 sports kids.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that promotes multiple sports, and I know I know you guys are the same way. But when it's my sport and it's my season, you know, I'm not infringing on your sport and your season. I'll
Right.
go to my kids' games.
Yeah.
You know, my assistant coach Laura is the girls' varsity softball coach at Hudson. Half of my team plays for her. I'm at their game. You know, I go to their games to support them. You know what I mean? I love seeing them play in other sports, but don't come and do this on my time.
Right.
And then I just kind of stick to that, and you know, you don't get an understanding, and you might get a little pushback or a parent not digging you for making that stance. But it's like, hey, I'm just being honest. You know, this is the way it is, and this is what we're going to do. And if you want to violate the policy, or if you want to violate something, you're going to live with whatever the consequence is. You know, and then hold up to the consequence. And sometimes, you know what? It's hard to hold people to the consequence because sometimes I won't speak for myself because I just kind of like to hold people to consequences just because, you know, it's a good learning environment.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball coach, but I'm teaching them how to be
Right.
you know, productive citizens in the world
Yeah.
too. You know, not to give it too much of a thing, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, they're kids. They
Yeah.
got to learn that hey, no means no, or this means this, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I got a crew of kids, you know, that you know, just show up. So I haven't had the issue of like, you know, something else came up, in a sense of like a party or something like that.
Right,
But
right.
again, there's a sport that does interfere with the season because they host titles and it's soccer, you know.
Right.
Right.
And they do that, and they chase these kids, and you know.
And Murph, you brought it up probably 2 or 3 times during that 10-minute answer you just gave us. Okay, but you brought up parent, and
Yeah.
and that's where sometimes the problem lies. It's the kid wants to stay, and
Yeah.
we've talked to coaches on the air this year, talked to coaches at games we've scouted, you down to Cape, you know, me at different gyms up around here, and it's true. I was talking to Dale last night. Dale, it's not the kids as much as it is the parents sometimes.
Yeah,
And
and sometimes
you brought it up
the
too.
kids have no choice. If the parents are going to
Yeah.
go, they have to go. So, but
Yep.
it's the parents.
And
who-
it's the old philosophy. You have freedom of choice, but you don't have freedom of consequences. And
Exactly.
and like you were saying, sometimes it's hard, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
But then again, like you were saying, Murph, you know, you talked earlier in the show about team chemistry. When things like that happen with teams,
Oh yeah.
the chemistry is now gone. Because the kids know.
It's
You
been
can't
it's been
kid the kids.
compromised. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the kids
They
know.
know you can't fool the kids.
Yeah, and it could be the 9th player, the 11th player, the first, second, doesn't matter. But when you go to practice during Christmas break at 7:30 or 8 in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, and one player is missing, and not because they're not feeling well, because they're on a cruise, or they're on the beach, or they're skiing down Snake Hill in Berlin, the kids know that. And sometimes it affects their performance as well. Because it's like, why can they and not me?
Yep. Yeah.
And it's the truth. And that's been the big change. I was out of coaching 6 years. And, you know, not saying Clinton was this, but when you're at a place long enough, kids knew what to expect. Whether it was Coach Cataldi, Coach Gahan, myself, Coach Connie, Derek Moisen, it didn't matter. There was a culture. And that's the way it is at a lot of schools. You know, I'm sure it's the same way at Hudson now with you and Mike, and you're going to be hiring a new football coach and so on, and Jess backs you up all the way. But when that culture and that is broken, it does affect the whole bottom line
It's
of
a
what you're
slippery
trying
slope.
to do.
It's a very slippery slope. And I think part of my thing is that I think parents are very confused. Like, we're not confused. But I think some parents are confused because if they have a child who plays basketball pretty much year round, let's say. They play spring AAU, they go to camps in the summer, they play in the fall AAU, and then they play high school basketball. I think parents are confused and think it's all one and the same.
Yeah, no.
And it isn't.
No.
The high school season is sort of sacred, and you have to be committed to that the 5 or 6 days a week or whatever whatever it is. I mean, AAU, okay, you have to blow off a fall tournament. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
But high school's different.
But the thing is,
we like to use the word. The word on that topic we use over there is distraction, and there's no way around it. It's a distraction.
it is.
And
Yeah.
we talk about the little details in everything that you do, and the little details matter.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to be competitive, it depends on what you want to be, right? As a team, who you want to be, and if you want to be competitive, that's a little detail.
Yeah. Right.
And it's a distraction, and it is a distraction for everyone else.
Murph, I can remember being in high school. We'd go over to, we were playing Hudson at the old Hudson High School.
Yep.
And we were up in the locker room getting ready to play, and Coach Foley he came into the locker room and he gave us that little talk, and then the JVs walked in.
Yep.
And Bernie, God rest his soul, Bernie Gone walked in, and we get up, we did our 1, 2, 3 Gales, and Bernie stopped us at the door, and he looked down, and we had uniforms, but Jeff Rill had forgotten his green and gold stirrups that we would put on, and I'll never forget, Bernie said to Jerry didn't see it. We hid rumors because, we knew something was going to happen. And Bernie goes, you guys don't leave here unless everybody either takes them off or you find your socks. And we all just took our sneakers off, took our socks off, because, again, like you were saying, that was one of the team rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was going to affect that night and that whatever,
Yeah.
Well, the stirrups, that's quite that's unbelievable. Maybe, Murph, you should bring those back at Hudson.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think?
Jess probably has them hidden somewhere.
Louis probably put them away.
No, Louis sold them. Louis sold them.
Oh, the stirrups, man. They'll come back. I bet they come back.
Maybe.
They will come back.
Hey,
You
let's
mark my
talk
words.
about Audrey Lennox, Christina
Right.
Bruce. Let's talk about your
Okay.
players.
Yeah. So you're hitting on some of my underclassmen, So.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. I know, and that's fine, So they both had both gamers. Audrey's a junior, and Christina, who we call KB, all right, is only a freshman.
She's averaging almost 9 a game.
Yeah, I mean she's
How
just
about
a
that?
kid. They're both kids. Look. I'll say I had 10 kids returning, right? And one of the things that our breakup dinner, back in last March was everyone just try to get better. Let's just whatever you got to do, try to get better at the game. And they started participating in it. We're playing in the summer league, coach. Hey, we're going to play in a fall league, coach. Hey, we're going to go down to Babson and play in a turkey tournament, coach. You know what I mean? And then like as you're watching them, because we took over like late last year.
I
as
remember.
kids, so it was like November or something like that. So you're trying to I'm trying to meet the kids because I don't really know them. I mean I know them from just saying hi. But anyways, you get them in the summer and they're doing some of the stuff that is important, some of the core stuff that's important that we were doing during the season, and they're bringing it into their summer and fall leagues on their own, because as you know, we don't coach, right?
Right.
They had two great dads, Maddie's dad, Mark Kiley, and Audrey's dad, Rich Lennox, were my two dads that volunteered to coach the team, and did an outstanding job. Like we had 14 kids coming in, and they would just play the kids evenly, rotate the kids. We didn't care about who won or who lost. It was like these kids just need to play the game. They worked on their own. So when they came in, I could see improvement in every kid, and that was like really something that me and the coaching staff were just like, wow, this is nice to see. Everyone has grown up a little. Everyone has gotten better, has improved something. So those two kids really took it upon themselves to really, really work their game. And now they're starting to they're bearing the fruits of that. And then we get Lila Mullahay and Lila Rice and filling out, and Sam Collette. I mean, they're the rest of the underclassmen that returned from that original 10 kids. And I mean, the thing about my practice is, our practices are kind of like wars. Like I told them before the Tingsboro game, because you know how Decembers are usually kind of crazy with the schedules and all that. I told them before the game last night, I'm sick of seeing you guys beat up each other. You know, it's time to go out and take somebody, take an opponent on.
Yeah.
Because our practices are complete wars. And you know, Tony, you played on teams that were like that with like Sabs and Tubbsy and those guys. You know what I mean? They just fought the whole time. You know
Mike
what I mean?
Welch?
Make everybody better when you have those practices.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
come off the top of the snake pit in a karate pose or something.
Yeah.
With his black belt on.
Oh, my
But
God.
yeah, you know how it was.
And
right?
Jerry let it go.
Yeah, because that's what makes everyone better,
It
right?
did.
If everyone.
Let me tell you, it started with Bernie.
Yeah.
Actually, Waller Mack was our freshman. It just started. I mean,
Yeah.
3-on-2s, they'd put their whistles away.
Yeah.
And if the ball went in the corner and you were on the ground and Garf jumped on you, then corner was going to jump on Garf, and Gleese was going to throw his
He's
glasses.
over in the corner doing his hair.
He would take his glasses off and no, but it was true. It was true, and it made you a better player. Then we do the offensive foul drills.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
Picking up charges.
no Matt.
Ooh, no, Matt.
No
You
Matt.
couldn't do that today.
No, I know, Murph, right?
You couldn't do that
Couldn't do it
today. You'd have Fox News at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know if you heard, but somebody's following you into the media world, by the way.
Who?
You know, Bill Hurley, Hudson.
Oh,
Wow. In what way now?
Check this out, okay? So
Oh,
HUD
what?
TV is going to be simulcasting some of our games,
Okay.
the boys and the girls, and Billy's doing the play-by-play.
Wow.
I went to the boys' game against Oakmont, Murph, and I saw him last Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
There's nothing better than, when Billy comes in the gym. He came early in the season. It might even have been a scrimmage. And he comes, and he loves him. He sits in that front row, and he's just watching or whatever. And he all of a sudden he pulls the pen out, and he's got the notes going and stuff like that, And then he's just, somebody that's,
Good
he's
man.
a Hudson guy, and
Murph, tell him I said hello. Will you do that, please?
I absolutely
Appreciate
will,
it.
Bobby.
Appreciate
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hurl's got to start, Murph, at Groton Dunstable.
Yeah, he was with Bill McGurk, and then
His brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
And then
Yeah.
he took I think he took a year or two off, and then
Right.
went to
Hudson. Yeah.
Yep.
And he did Hudson High 10
Yep.
years.
Was
Yeah.
he 10 years there?
10 years.
Wow.
I think even 10 years. Yeah, it's funny you said that, Murph. I went over to scout last week, Hudson and Oakmont, because we played, Neshoba plays Oakmont, and I saw Hurls, I saw Freddie Lamburn there.
Yeah.
I sat with Freddie for the JV boys game because Matt coaches.
Matt is coaching, yeah.
Freddie Lambert coaches, and it was nice.
Yeah,
it was
good.
nice. Yeah, it was good. It was
Yeah.
good. But
as a matter of fact, Hurls' first gig is tomorrow night, and we play the Gales tomorrow night. How about
oh,
that? How about that?
in Hudson.
Yeah, in Hudson. Yeah,
Okay.
he's not going to travel to Clinton, Tony.
Well, he might. A Friday night, he might go.
He might travel after the game.
Yeah.
Well, then
yeah.
you'd have to wrestle Moisen for the microphone.
Oh, imagine
You know what
those
I mean?
two.
So-
Imagine those two in a booth. I couldn't imagine it. But anyways, yeah, you do. I saw that. You have the Gales tomorrow night. They're coming
And
off.
Murph,
a
you
loss
should
to
be
Tohoto.
really in good shape for tomorrow night because we have the Lunchbox reverse curse. Anybody who
yeah.
calls in
Oh, okay.
has really good fortune after
Probably
calling in.
90%.
Okay.
Tremendous. So you, I don't want to jinx you, but I think you're going to do well tomorrow night.
Well, that's good
That's
to
the
hear.
reverse curse. Yeah, you get
Right.
that going for you.
So the first time you play Clinton is at Clinton. I mean, excuse me, at Hudson. Then you go to Clinton later on in the year,
Yep.
and you walk out into the new gym. But when we left the old high school and went up to the new high school, we took your brother John, God rest his soul's banner,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's hanging over the boys'
Yeah.
locker room when you come
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, we had it up on the rafters at the old gym,
Yeah.
and then I think when we put it up at first at Clinton, it might have been up by the top with the 70-71 Middle League Championship banner, and I think we decided a few years later a better spot for that would be right over the locker room door when you walk into the boys' locker room. Unless Smitty's moved it, I'm pretty sure it's still there. But then I had a number 35 shirt that I had put in one of the memorabilia cases out in the lobby when you walk in the back door. There's the trophy cases and memorabilia cases, and I gave it to your niece. It wasn't one of John's. It was probably the next set of uniforms that were
So
bought.
the number's retired.
35 is retired, and whoever was the AD bought a 35, and we took it out.
I know. I wonder about that because I know.
So I took it out
Yeah.
because I remember Danny Belleville wanted it.
Yeah.
And so let's go back to the early 90s,
Okay.
late 80s. And I took it out and I put it away. And then when we moved, I found it. And then I put it in the memorabilia case that we had. And then your niece was coaching at Littleton.
Yep.
And I showed it to her because Regan was playing for Clinton.
Yep.
And I had the key. I was the AD. I took it out and I gave it to her. Yeah.
Good.
Yep, yep. But good stuff, Murph. You calling in today. Oh, Diesel did. Hey, what slice is that, Diesel?
It's number 2.
Wow.
Diesel's on second slice of pizza, and he just woke up at 10:30.
I
You'll
took
get
the
2
two
meals out of that.
I took the 2 smallest slices.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, Murph, Decker wanted me to tell you, make sure you leave the back door open by Jess's office tomorrow. He'll get there about 6:30. Okay. He'll pull the plug. He'll pull the peg, I mean, and walk in, leave him a program, and he'll just mix in with the big crowd that you're going to have.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having it. Thanks for having me to, talk it up a little bit about, and I appreciate you guys supporting the girls hoop teams out there in Central Mass.
Well, I'll tell you what I like, and Bobby's was the big advocate of this because he got me on Twitter, and I didn't want to. Remember, we were at Paisanos, and you took my phone, and he put me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. And you know what? And your girls should be glad you did because, like, you had a picture of the girls on a stairway at some gym.
Some really nice stuff.
And then the one last
positive
night.
stuff.
And it makes someone like me read it because I know it's the Hudson High girls.
Yeah.
And, I don't know your girls, I mean, from one to another. If it's Gracie, Kaylee, Madison, Christina. But, they're there. And, you promote them and talk about them. And I think it really gets them exposure.
Yeah, it's a good part of the culture too.
Yeah.
Positive
Yeah,
stuff.
at the end of the day, it's you guys know this. It's about the kids. It's all about the kids. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's what they do, and it's like you said, it's their experience. And then, Bobby, I think you said it right. It's like they're going to just remember being together. They're not going to remember the score of this game or that game. They're going to remember something stupid I said or did, or what I mean, for a laugh when you think, you can think back in memories of things like that, or an experience or something, But
it's funny you say that, Murph, because I went to your game at Worcester State last year against Lunenburg.
Yep.
Because I believe Clinton was playing boys afterwards.
They were,
I went. I couldn't tell you right now whether you won or lost the game. I just remember going early and wanting to see you. I took a couple of pictures, by the way.
Yeah, you sent it to me. Yeah,
I did?
It was always the back. You know what I mean?
The good part.
Didn't any front shots, but so we won.
Well, I tried, but the bay window was in the way.
I could hear you yelling. That's it. I'm surprised they don't name that gym after you, anyways, right?
Yeah, sure.
No?
Nah.
With a baseball field out back? No.
No way.
Okay.
But listen, my point.
Well, you don't store all money, do you?
My tuition. Hey, who won that game? I said to
we actually won. That was the CMAS title.
Yeah, it was.
That was a great experience.
Wow.
I can remember you were up big. Now that you said at Lunenburg, Frank Green's a great coach. They made a nice little push at the end.
Yeah. So the nice thing about that, and you had mentioned them earlier, and I'll just throw this in. So they had taken us out in a really good team. I mean, I think they ended up like number 2 in the state in D4 or something like that, and they went down to like the final 8. Anyways, they beat us by like 17 at home. Then we lost to them in overtime at our place by 5. And I remember Bernie one time in a speech, it put chills down my spine. He was talking about a team that's similar that had beaten us twice, and he goes, "No one's going to beat you a third time," So I took bits and pieces of his speech and wheeled it into one of mine. You know what I mean?
Tough to
Murph,
beat a
You
good
know.
team 3 times.
You know when
Yeah.
one of the times Bernie said that, when
Yeah.
our senior year in the finals of the Clark tournament,
Yeah.
Algonquin had beat us twice, really, really handily,
Yep. Yep.
both times, and we went into the finals. We were the 8th seed,
Yeah.
and got to the finals. You know, of course, with Sab and Mike Welch and Joey
Yeah.
Mahefka, God rest his soul, and Tubbsy and Jeff Rowe, Kevin Mack. We had Pat Ween. We had a good team. We
Yeah.
beat them 50. Pat Ween beat them 55-51.
Mm-hmm.
And since that point on, I used to say the same thing. We played Tingborough one year at WPI. They had beaten us twice during the regular season. They were undefeated, 21-0.
Yeah.
Right at the end of my career, we beat them at WPI.
And you know what happens? The kids get cocky
Yeah.
because they've beaten you twice.
Oh yeah.
And the team that got beat twice listens to the coach because they know we have to do everything right to win.
To win. Yeah.
And that's what happens a lot
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah.
Hey,
For sure.
listen, Murph, best of luck
Yeah.
tomorrow night against the Lady Gales. And
Okay.
we're following you here at WPKZ. It's great. Keep sending out
Absolutely.
some tweets and tell your girl. Hopefully your girls listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, I told them either get a bathroom pass and head down the corner.
Yeah.
Just let the English teacher know. Hey,
Oh, if
put a
Don
radio on for a while.
Hey, if Don Quinn's subbing, he wouldn't even know if they left.
We're on channels, 8 and 98
Yep.
in Clinton?
99.
Huh?
99.
99, 8 and 99 Clinton Community TV.
Yep. Hey,
Oh, I heard about that gig.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
hey, Diesel Dan's giving us the.
Yeah, we got to
You're blowing through stop signs.
All right, we gotta go. All right,
Yeah,
see
see
you,
you,
later.
Murph.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
He's good. He's good.
He can
Murph
talk.
is
He's
great.
a good man.
I'm just gonna take that as a cue to go to commercial at that point.
Yeah.
Finish off that sentence, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, are we done?
Come back for another minute and a half
Another minute.
to close it. Actually,
Close it out, Mark.
it's too awkward if we.
Blowing through
Oh,
stop
look
signs.
at this now.
I'm coming in now. I gotta represent Neshoba a little bit.
Jeez, look at this, Diesel. There's
Look at
something
this.
wrong with you.
What do you mean there's something wrong with me? You got a shirt on, no one can read it.
That's good.
That's a
What do you
problem.
got on underneath that thing? A sandwich? Whalers? Are they the Whalers?
Nantucket Whalers,
What sandwich?
Blue Knights.
Blue Knights. Danny
How do
Diesel.
you know?
Oh, I mean, we got to
Who are the
represent. I mean,
Clippers?
this is representative of your
Someone's got
career.
to be the Clippers down there.
Falmouth Clippers.
Newburyport is too, aren't they? I know they're the
I
other
think
side.
Falmouth
What?
Clippers and
Newburyport.
Newburyport is, yeah.
there's another East Coast team.
Where they built the chips.
Begins with an
Yeah,
S.
yeah. Diesel, only 2 slices, the 2 smallest.
Yes.
I doubt it.
That's what I tried to do there. I'm gonna bring this home, and yeah, no, I am gonna get 2 more meals.
Hey, Murph is good. People will
Hey,
enjoy
you
it.
got hockey coming up?
People will
Saturday,
enjoy it, I think.
Playing,
No, he's really
Saturday
good.
it's gonna be Fitchburg State, Salem State.
Hey, are you all moved into the new place down by Rollstone Bank or in the
We're
building?
not done yet. It's like if we didn't finish up yesterday, we'll finish that up today.
Now, there's going to be studios in there that you can.
Yeah, we got studios at the new place. Yeah, it's gonna be,
That's the modern building, right? That modern looking building.
yeah, kinda. Yeah, it's a.
Oh yeah,
It's an annex
Upper
behind
Common.
it.
Yeah,
It's like sort of next to it.
yeah. They have some space. Kevin from Heaven. That's where his wife was
But,
vice president,
it's a nice place.
bank
though.
vice president. Rollstone. Oh yeah.
That's right. He knew Eddie Connor. He knew Eddie Connor. Remember, I brought Eddie
Oh,
Connor.
he's connected. He's connected.
Oh, Kevin from Heaven.
Yep. Kevin from Heaven's connected.
In
Yep.
more ways than one.
Good man to know.
Oh, he's a good man. Really good.
Boy, we
man.
covered a lot of ground today.
Oh. When
Next
don't
week
we,
we-
Mark? Huh?
Next week we can promote bidding on my lock pieces. Hey, take a look at number 7. Take a look at
Hey,
number
the
9.
Hood Milk sign will go.
What do you say we'll bring?
Probably 250, 275. I think if
I don't think
if
so.
you get 2 guys bidding.
I think maybe $1.50.
No.
Yeah.
I'd buy
I'd
it
be-
for $1.25.
Oh, let's get down to Freddy's. We'll take it out right now.
Take IOUs.
Ooh, that's Stray Cats.
No, it's not.
That's not.
That's Adamant.
And welcome back to the Thursday afternoon Lunchbox. Great show today. We don't have a lot of time. We had Marty Murphy on. Murph's always a good interview. Ask him one question and he gives you 7 or 8 good minutes.
Notice
of
I had
an answer.
I had to represent the Neshoba
And
Wolves
now he goes
So
from-
what I wore today was representative of your career. You were Clinton, and now you're a Neshoba Wolf,
I am.
which
And,
is fine.
hey,
you're having fun with
I'm
the
having a
JV
great
team.
time.
You're having a great
And
time.
you're coming to practice with me
Yeah,
today.
it'll be a lot of fun. Great
I've got
kids
some
over
stuff
there.
I got to finish up going over because we play tomorrow night, and then
Big game with Leominster tomorrow night.
and then you can do your thing.
You're 3-0.
Yeah, JV's. Varsity's 2-2. They need a big win. They need to play well tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Who do you have next week? Any idea?
Yeah, North Middlesex and Groton at home.
Okay.
So
Well,
we're playing 3 in a row at home.
If you can get one tomorrow night, I think you're going to get on a roll.
Got to get on a roll.
Gotta get one.
Consistency. It's got to start. We've had 10 days off, 7 days off, and that's hard.
It's hard.
Hard to get
Like
consistent.
Murph said, December's kind of crazy.
It is
Now you
crazy.
get into routine.
Get into a rhythm.
Diesel, thank you. Mark, thank you.
Yeah, Mark again.
Tony, on your
Thank
game.
you. Thank you. Yep. Clinton Cable, YouTube, channels 8
Show is fire. This
Yeah.
show is fire.
On fire. Diesel, finish that pizza up.
Eventually.
Eventually is right. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend again.
Yeah.
Not to be repetitive. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Stay safe.
Be well.
Roads are going to get bad tomorrow.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good show.